We took a look at church days set aside for the confession of St. Peter a couple of weeks ago. Last week was the conversion of St. Paul. And this week, tomorrow, is the day set aside for the purification of Mary. Now, as Lutherans, do we celebrate such a day? That's a good question. I'm not going to deal so much on the purification of Mary. I'm going to deal more on purification in general. So let's take a look at what the Bible says. Now, in Leviticus chapter 2, verses 2 through 5, it says that if a woman bears a male child, she shall remain at home 6 weeks until she is purified. She shall touch no holy thing and shall not come into the sanctuary. But if she bears a female child, she shall remain at home for 12 weeks. Now, two things that seem to us almost unfitting. First, a new mother was regarded as unclean, even though marriage is God's work and the baby that's born is God's creation. And the second thing is this, that she was to offer 5 shekels in silver for a lamb, a pair of turtle doves, or 2 young pigeons in exchange for her firstborn during his purification. Not to try to read the mind of God, but why did he give this commandment to the Jews back then? Well, for 3 reasons. First, that they might be mindful of how he struck down all the firstborn in their exodus from Egypt, both men and animals. Secondly, that the priests and the Levites might have their living from it, since they had no inheritance in the land. And thirdly, that he might remind us of the true firstborn, which of course is Jesus, the firstborn of all, in whose blood we are cleansed and sanctified. So, did this law apply to Jesus too? No, Jesus is Lord of every law. He served us with it, that he might satisfy the law. As Paul says, Jesus was not subject to the law, thus Jesus stood in our place and fulfilled the law on our behalf. So then, the question comes up, has the law been abolished? With respect to justification, the law has been abolished. Again, with respect to justification, the law has been abolished. This is why Paul says, you are not under the law, but under grace. But as far as the obedience of faith is concerned, we are required to do what is becoming of Christians and the children of God. This has been Coffee with Carney.